Kia ora, and welcome back to Is There an Ocean in the House? I'm Steve, and here we are in our lab. Just a reminder, we finished off looking at salinity and density, and hopefully you've made up all your solutions. 0, 5, 10, 20, 35, 55 and 100 parts per thousand. We've got our measuring cylinder, our ice cream container, our scales, our cup, our spoons, our salt. What might be really handy is if you cut a 1.5 litre container, so you've got a funnel and a measuring cylinder. We'll be using that quite a lot. I'm just going to make up my last solution, which is 5 parts per thousand. And just a reminder, we're talking about precision. It wasn't very precise using volume to get our litre because of that variation and error around measuring the volume. It's a lot more precise to actually use weight, so that 1,000 grams should be much closer to our litre measurement, our 1,000 mils, than if we were to do it purely by volume. Not only that, not only is it precise, it's more accurate, because these scales are going to give us maybe plus or minus 1 gram, rather than, when I did it with volume, getting a bias, a positive bias, towards 1,005 grams as my average. Okay, we've got our 1,000 mils, exactly, our 1 litre, and we're going to measure into it our, in this case, 5 grams of salt to make our 5 parts per thousand mix. Now I hope when you've been making your solutions that you've been mixing really thoroughly, and again, being very careful. You know, we're going to need these solutions to be as spot on as we can get it to minimise the error for our next activity. And 5 grams it is. Mix that in and make it dissolve. You will have found, like me, that making up the 100 parts per thousand solution took a fair bit of mixing, and you might have had to leave it to soak for a while and keep on mixing to get that dissolved. And then, once you've got all your random containers with your 0, 5, 10, 20, 35, 55 and 100, you can just give them a name, make a few names up that are going to suit you. These are our multiple C's in the ocean in the house. And here, this is where we use our funnel. Do this over the sink. So our little homemade funnel works really well. We can just pour it in and we can store these solutions. And we're all set. We're all set to go. Well, there's certainly an ocean in the house now. We've made up our solutions. We've got our 0 parts per thousand, 5 parts per thousand, 10, 20, 35, 55 and 100. We've also got our measuring cylinder, jug and our funnel. The other things we'll need for the next activity are some paper, ruler, sharp pencil, pencil sharpen's useful, a couple of straws and assortment of sort of nails and screws, nothing too big. That long one is a little bit too big, wants to be around about 2 grams, 2 to 3 grams. You can use either ski wax, surf wax, or a candle as well. Once you've got these things sorted out, we'll get on with our part 2 of benchtop 2.